listening to New Roads, New Rules, the podcast where women come together to navigate life's big transitions with honesty, humor, and a whole lot of heart. Here are your hosts, Sandi and Terri. Real women, real talk, and ready to ride.
But you're my bestie for life. Yeah, you. You're the family I choose. Yeah, you. The best till the end. We can get through this together.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. I hope everybody had a chance to have a great week and a weekend, and hopefully had a chance to listen to Christina in our last episode. What a great inspiration she was.
Absolutely. Welcome back, everyone. I really thought that Christina was very inspiring, like you said, and she just showed a lot about, you know, how much how much adversity any one person could go through, and to do it with such a positive attitude.
Yeah, I mean, very positive attitude. She was so sweet too.
Absolutely. What are we talking about today, Terri?
Today, well, tis the season. We're going to talk about back to school vibes for grown women.
Yay.
How it's changed through the year, right?
Yes,
I mean, the years, I should say.
Yes.
We're going to talk about, back to school memories, and what it feels like for us now as grown women, because even when we're not in school, August and September can still feel like a reset. And it honestly I think it feels more like a reset now than New Year's sometimes.
Agree. For me too. I love this time of year.
Yeah. Well, I mean, September, I always can't go wrong in September.
I know, of course. It's somebody's birthday. I do love Virgo season because a lot of my favorite people are Virgos.
Whoop, whoop. Yes. All right. So, Sandi, what does back to school mean to you growing up?
Oh my God, growing up.
When you were growing up.
Absolutely loved back to school. I loved the new beginning. I loved, I loved just figuring out who was going to be in my classes. I just remember when we were really little, just calling each other on the phone, the long phone with the cord, and
corded
asking,
phone.
What teacher did you get this year? Because before you switch classes, your teacher was your teacher, right? So this was in grade school. And I remember that was a big deal. Right. Making sure I was in the same classroom as some of my best friends, Right. I love that. And then picking out school clothes. That's always fun.
Well, I didn't have that. I went to Catholic school. So had the uniform. Had to go every year to get the bigger uniform because, we grow and I was, whatever. But we had the uniforms and had to get the new gym uniforms, all the uniform crap.
Yeah.
I remember going to the uniform store and having to try on the jumpers and all of that. I mean, I guess I was excited as a kid for that, but it was a uniform. But it was the back to school supplies that got me.
Yeah. So you had a Trapper Keeper?
Trapper Keeper, absolutely, with the puppy on it and a horse. No, I always had the horse one because I always wanted a horse. Yeah. So I had the Trapper Keeper with the horse.
I love it. I didn't really care too much about. I mean, I did have a Trapper Keeper, but I didn't really care too much about the supplies. I guess that's the difference, right? I looked forward to the clothes and you look forward to the supplies, but I just
because I didn't have a choice in the clothes.
For sure. And I just think there was an overall excitement around it,
Yes. Yeah. I remember we used to have these, not petunias, peony bushes in our backyard. Yeah. And every fall, my mom would cut them off and clean them up and then wrap it up, the stems up and everything. And that's what we'd bring our new teachers. Yeah. Every fall.
I love that. I do love that.
Yeah.
I
always felt like.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No.
You go.
Go ahead. I just remember first day of school starting and it was always chillier where now the kids go back to school and it's still 90 degrees out.
Right. It is so crazy because don't you feel like when we were younger, it was always after Labor Day that we went back to school?
It was. It totally
Yeah.
was. But it was funny how the weather shifted because
Yes.
I remember like having to wear a sweater to walk to school or ride our bike to school because it was chillier out in the morning. And you see the frost on the grass or the,
Yeah.
not frost, but like the coldness on the grass
Dew.
and whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dew. That's it. The dew. And yeah, but now here kids are starting school already. They're already back in school.
Yeah,
It's crazy to
crazy.
me.
I know that is crazy. I just and I do remember like looking so forward to the summer too, but like then as the summer started coming to an end, it's like okay, now it's time to go back. Then the excitement shifted. You know what I mean? And now it feels like the summers are so short. Don't you think?
Right. Oh, the summers are really short. I can't believe summer's almost over here.
Yeah. Yeah. No. And these kids, they get out June and then they're back in August. It's very short. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do think it's different. Now,
it's crazy. It's crazy to me.
What is, don't you think we have still, I mean, like, I know your kids are not in school anymore. And well, they're in college, right?
Yeah, they're in college. Yeah.
Right. But it's not that, it's not the same with it's not the same. I haven't, I was just telling you offline that I hadn't done a back to school picture in many years because my kids are 27 and 34. 34? Oh my gosh, is that right? It is.
Wow.
I can't even believe it. And but this year I actually did post because my son, after just a really, after a really hard time, he had a hard time for many years, and then he like literally did a full circle 180 and like started getting his self together, and I'm so proud of him. But this week he went back to school, and
that is fantastic.
So he went to college. So I was so proud, and I don't care if he's 34. I'm gonna post a flippin' back to school picture.
I know. I always ask my kids to send me a picture of their first day. My son has and hasn't. My daughter has, and to make sure, and she always makes sure that her hair looks the worst on purpose. So
I love her. I love her so much.
And I believe my son starts school next week as well. So I'll ask for first day back to school picture.
Yeah.
And, but my daughter actually, she goes to DePaul University and they don't start until after Labor Day.
Oh, see.
So
that's good.
So she still has a little bit of time left. So, but her friends are all starting.
Yeah.
So now
crazy.
She'll just be here bored.
Oh, put her to work. Tell her if you're bored, you can clean the house. That's what
Yeah.
the dogs for a walk.
I'll mention that, and I won't see her at all.
Oh no, I know. She won't be bored anymore.
Right?
My mom used that on me growing up. If you're bored, you can help with the dishes
Always
or
clean.
whatever. And I would be like,
exactly.
I'm not bored.
There's always something to do.
Find something else.
Right. No, I'll find something. So like, what kind of rules did you have? Like,
I know, always, right?
What kind of rules did you have from going to summer to getting ready for school? Did you have any? Like, we've got these freedom from summer, and now it's going to school. So,
yeah,
did you have any rules for?
I guess earlier bedtimes, right? Because we had to get up earlier then. Like in the summer, we were definitely, my mom and dad were a lot more flexible. And then, but not much more than that. I can't think of anything else. I'm sure my mom will listen to this and then remind me if there were, but I don't. I only remember like having, and it wasn't like the day before school. It was like a week leading up to school. Like, let's get you back on schedule, kind of. You have to go to bed earlier.
Right.
So.
Right. Yeah. Now, do you feel like any of those rules have transitioned into your adult life?
No, no. I feel like I've used the same.
Absolutely
No,
not.
no, not at all. No, I feel like I've used the same logic with my kids. You know what I mean? Like, okay,
Right.
or even it could be starting a new job. Wait, you're starting a new job. You better get on
Right.
schedule. You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter. I use the same
Right.
logic. But what about you? Do you feel like
Well, I kind of like even the like today, it's Sunday and I've got work, so got to get to bed earlier today.
Yeah.
I got work tomorrow.
Yeah, but isn't that every day? Is summer, fall? It doesn't
I
matter.
know. I'm like, okay. But yeah, I guess, and I mean, I like this time of year because it'll be coming up here where I'm transitioning clothes from
Yes.
like summer clothes to fall clothes, and looking forward to the cool fall
Oh my
nights.
God.
And so I got to get my sweaters and
So
sweatshirt.
am I. I cannot wait. First of all, I like summer. I love fall.
summer.
Fall is my favorite. That's
Yeah.
that's where my excitement is. It's not just about the clothes, but like just the cool crisp air, like sitting out on the porch in the cool crisp air. You know what I mean? I love it.
Right,
Love
right.
it.
No, I agree. I do like fall. I mean, as long as I don't have to put on anything more than a sweatshirt,
Right.
I'm
Right.
good.
Same.
But I do like fall and sitting out by a fire and, just enjoying the cool air. And
yeah.
I love seeing the leaves turn to either go for a hike or a bike ride through with all the leaves. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what I'm looking forward to doing.
For sure. And then what about
with
like,
that?
all the smells of fall? Like, I mean, again, I'm a big fan of scented wax. So I would like
Right.
the pumpkin spice and all the different falls, the cider smells and the, kind of woodsy
Right.
smells. I love them all. I just love them all. It's my favorite time of year.
them.
I do. I can't help it. It's too much.
Right. Too much. So like as an adult as well, like I still kind of get into like buying planners and,
Yeah.
I am still,
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for a good day planner and a calendar. People
Yeah.
in my life can contest to it. I'm like, put it on the calendar. Is it on the calendar? Get it on that calendar. It's not
Yeah.
on the calendar. I'm all over that because I schedule everything in my life because of my
Yeah.
jobs, right? I have a couple of jobs and they are all via scheduling.
Yeah.
So I need it on the calendar. Otherwise, I will never, ever, ever remember. You could tell me, but I will not remember.
Well,
So-
that works so even I'm just thinking of other adults, like when their kids go back to school too, you almost need a new planner starting the new year because they have
Right.
activities as well. And there's
and new ones.
sports and activities. And like, for example, my daughter was a competitive dancer and the dance season always starts with the school year, right? And so if she's on the competition team, how many dances is she in? When are how many days a week is she at the studio? When are her rehearsals?
Right.
So I think I've been programmed just like you, not for my own job necessarily, but also just because of years and years of having September be the time where my schedule is going to change. You know what I mean? So
Right.
now
No,
I
I
have
get
to, it is important to buy a planner. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I agree because in the fall, the kids would go back to school and my son was on the debate team in high school. So he would have his thing going and then have to know where I've got to bring him for whatever debate. And then my daughter was volleyball. So when's practice?
Yeah.
Where are the, although during the school year, like they only play during the week. So it was just like, okay, got to get back from my work. So that way I can get her or pick her up from wherever that game was and whatnot. I mean, miss my kids being young, but I don't miss all of that.
I know. I was just thinking that. I mean, I do miss like going to like the dance competitions. Like you really, when they're in a sport like that, you get to know the other moms or other parents, and then you like bond with them. And I do kind of miss that and cheering her on in that way. But the constant running and it's not your world anymore. It's you're living with your kids at that time. So, but
I am fortunate enough that she plays volleyball in college now.
Yeah.
And I can still go see her, but I don't have to worry about getting her there.
Right.
I don't have to, I just show up.
Yeah,
and I am I'm kind of liking this.
It does get better as they get older, for sure. Like Sydney, she's not.
And they could drive themselves.
Right, for sure. And you guys, if you missed the episode about the generations, my daughter was on, and she did say she's a dance teacher. So I get to go and root on her kids, right? So I'll go because she choreographed these dances. And so I get to still watch dance, but I'm cheering her on still in a different way. So
yes, yeah,
funny.
Exactly. Yeah. But even in how workplaces change during this season, I know with my job, summer kind of slowed down there, because everybody's traveling, everybody's doing things. Summer is always booked for everybody, right?
Yeah.
With things to do. So now fall is setting in and everything's slowing down. And in my line of work, they're like, oh, we got to change this. And so now it's been getting busier and busier and busier with work, which is a good thing.
Yeah,
but it's how the seasons change affect even work stuff.
It does. Even in, I'm in the business side. And so you look at your revenues every quarter, and this is, kind of the last stretch of the year. So you're looking how you're pacing towards budget. And then you're also planning, what do we need for budget for the next year? And this is the time,
Right.
So it's, it does change, everything is very analytical this time of year in business, whether it's your own business or you're part of a business. So it definitely shifts for sure. And you're right. It is slower. It is slower, I think, because a lot of people take vacations in the summer because they have small children and this is when they can vacation. And so when my kids were young, I do remember the very last trip of the summer was always in August. It was always beginning of August. And then it was like, okay, we're done now until the holidays. You know what I mean? We didn't, we didn't really travel after September when the kids were small. Now, I could go at any time.
Right. Yeah, we used to travel always in August because it was always around my daughter's birthday. Just because it was, we had less stuff to do because there was stuff going on the rest of the summer and whatnot.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's, and now a lot of people are complaining because they can't do that because school's starting earlier.
Right. But now as an older traveler, we all should be going in September when the kids are back in school. So, because there's less
I know
crowd.
why.
Yes.
I mean, we found that out when our kids were little. And little, I'm talking about kindergarten. And Maddie, my daughter, was younger than that. And we went to Universal and saw part of Disney and whatever. I mean, it was a crazy, crazy time. But it was nice because it was September and they didn't miss much out of school. And it was because also they were starting school a Thursday and Friday. I think that is the worst to start it at the end of a week.
Why do they do that?
So I don't know. And so they missed that day and then they started on that Monday because we went to Disney and because everybody else in the nation was already back to school.
Yeah.
And it was so nice, literally walked up to rides.
Right.
This is the best time to go.
That is. It really is. For sure.
But I'm too old now. I'm not going back to Disney.
I mean,
sorry, all you Disney folks.
I don't mind Disney. It's just not my favorite. I love Universal Studios. So that's my favorite.
I do too. We'll have to plan a trip because the new Harry Potter stuff is opening up.
Okay. Sounds good.
And the new horror section and all that.
Okay, let's do it. So, I'm ready. Oh, let's go.
Do it.
Oh, let's go in October. We should go in October.
All right. As long as no hurricanes hit Florida.
I know.
But yeah, yes. Although I think, no, that's Disney. Never mind. That's one of their most expensive times is October for the off Halloween fest.
Oh, is it? Yeah, no. I think Universal does great Halloween stuff. That's why I think
Halloween
we should go.
stuff.
Yeah, we should go in October.
Maybe we should do it in September.
Yeah. Okay, well now we're really like getting off track. But
we're planning over here.
yes, we definitely need to. I am traveling for business beginning of October. Again, as long as there aren't any hurricanes, I'm going to the Bahamas. So
oh, nice.
Yeah,
that's not the time to go.
I know,
man.
but it's a trade show. It's like that's when it is. You know what I mean? So anyway.
Right. Oh my gosh. All right.
All right.
So what kind of life lessons do you think we should have learned in school?
Oh, in school? Oh my gosh. Well, first of all, there are things that we did not learn that did not prepare me. Like I remember we had like a home ec class.
Oh, I hate.
I don't even think I went to it. Like I think I went to lunch instead, so I failed it, which explains a lot about my cooking abilities. Well, at the time, my best friend had lunch, and I didn't think home ec was important, and so she would walk. Like I would go there for attendance, and then she would walk by the room, and I would like, oh, okay, and then I'd leave with her, and then we'd go to lunch. And the teacher, about like 6 weeks in or something, said, I see you leaving. And I said, no, I know. I don't need this class to graduate. But anyway, so
we had,
I guess if I would have paid attention,
I hated that.
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't into it then. I think I would have. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. But I also I remember sewing in grade school, I remember sewing it was the 80s, you all, but little mini skirts,
right.
Like we made mini skirts and we sewed them in 8th grade home ec. But this was high school. I just didn't go. But they also there was no classes to prepare me financially, except for
right.
balancing we talked about this on another one, balancing a checkbook they showed us. And then, but there was, we took accounting classes and stuff, which is fine. I understand money, but finances, credit,
right.
What's on your credit report, why it's important to stay on, not to use up all your credit or to open up a credit account or, investments. There could have been a lot more. And I'm talking high school. I'm not talking college, because I know you can go to college and you can learn all you want to learn about it. But
right, because not everybody goes to college.
Right.
Also.
Right. Exactly.
So you should have learned it in high school.
Yes. I think that needs to be part of the regular curriculum. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What do you think?
How to, I agree with you. Yeah. I hated the fact that we had a home ec class. Don't teach me how to wash flipping laundry. I already know how to do this. What the fuck? And I couldn't say that to the nun.
Right. Oh, you can't.
In a Catholic school. And
you had a lot more.
I could do that.
Yeah, you had a lot more strict environment. So.
Yeah, I did get in trouble for having sweatpants underneath my skirt. It was 12 below outside. Sorry, sister.
You're still supposed to just wear your skirt. Dang it.
I know, but I got there late and I had to get to class, so I just hiked up the sweatpants as far up as they would go underneath the skirt. And, you sat down and then saw the pant leg and I got nailed. I'm like, oh, damn it.
Great. Great.
Yeah. But that's what we're worrying about. Like you said, it should have been more money management class, maybe, relationship classes or self-confidence, somewhere along those lines,
Yes.
We didn't have that,
No, especially in high school, because nobody had self-confidence in high school. Everybody's so mean to each other and everybody's so self-conscious. That would have been a great class to have. Yeah.
It would have been, including how to set boundaries in that class, some kind of self-help class.
Yeah.
And I think would have been good.
Or at least bring in motivational speakers like they do in businesses.
Right. I mean, anything like that. And again, to that point, like our health class is the class that, was sex ed, right?
Right.
And we had a class, and you had to be a senior to take the class because they bussed in boys from St. Rita, and every girl in that building knew when that bus pulled up in front of that all-girls Catholic school, let me tell you. And all these guys are like loading off the bus, right, to go to this class, right? Because now you're going to have this sex class with the guys in the room. That's what they wanted to do.
That's great. It's an all-girls Catholic school. And yet when it comes down to talking about sex, they're going to bring the boys in. That's great.
Right.
Great point.
And then tell all of you, abstinence. Okay.
And nobody's paying attention in class because they're all looking at
No, because these guys are in the building, and, you're 17, 18 years old, right? Nobody's listening to the nun up there.
Funny.
And whatever. And then, and then they hand out the, everybody, we didn't have the dolls or any shit like that.
Yeah.
We had an egg. We each got an egg, and we had to take care of the egg over the weekend. And then the boys were coming back on Monday, and it was who had the eggs there, And I don't think one of the fucking boys had an egg that they walked in the building with. I'm like, oh, go figure. I mean, I literally just said, I brought mine home and like sat it in the egg carton. Nobody eat this egg. It's my child that I got to bring back to school on Monday. And that was that. I mean, didn't learn a damn thing from that. And I have a, idea here because, even going to a Catholic school, I had classmates who ended up pregnant, right? As much as those nuns beat us in the head with the sticks and all of that, there were girls that ended up getting pregnant, right? I think that a part of the curriculum for senior year, and in order to graduate, you have to go through this, maybe starting in junior year. You have to do it junior year and senior year. They have a on-site, and you have to do a semester in that daycare center as a helper.
Oh, that would be awesome.
I think that would stop any premarital sex, or at least make sure you've got condoms with you. Because if you have to deal with a room full of toddlers and learn how to deal with that and wipe the stinky asses and blow the boogery noses and do all of that and, deal with the temper tantrums, those kids would be like, oh, fuck no.
Yeah. Well, especially
not
at
happening.
that age. Yeah. I mean, it's
right.
It definitely is.
And I mean, and then it's free daycare for any of the students who have kids. So that way they can finish going to school. And if they need daycare, then they've got free daycare.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I know. So who do I talk to about starting that up?
We need to write a letter.
Right. I just get some grant funding for that. Any people out there who write money for grants to find a grant, whatever. I think that's what should be in the high schools there.
Yes, agree.
And I say junior, senior, but honestly, it'd probably be they have to do a semester every year, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. Because let's face it,
definitely.
Right. And they have to do a semester every year in order to graduate.
Agree.
Because, they're starting before freshman year. So.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
I know. It's sad.
Oh God. Yes. But
I do agree.
I do agree. A semester every year is the way to go. So.
Right. That's my, somebody, don't take that. It's my idea. I'm trademarking it.
Somebody call us if you can write a grant for us.
Right.
But yeah. So, I mean, look at us talking about back to school. Our kids are not even going back. But it is fun to see. Honestly, it is fun to see all the kids going back. I do love looking at my social media feed and seeing the kids. And to be honest,
right.
I'm at the age where I am seeing grandkids being posted.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
I mean, those girls that I went to high school with, they have grandkids now.
Yeah. Isn't it
Who got
crazy?
pregnant in high school, they have grandkids now.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
they do. Yeah, they do. And I think
Yep.
it's really kind of fun to see just the back to school pictures. I really do.
Mm-hmm. No, it is. And, you know, they have those cute little boards they all hold
Yes.
up, you know.
We didn't have
it's second
that.
grade.
Yeah.
We didn't have that. My mom's just like, get to school, go.
Right.
We didn't have film for the camera for us her
No.
to take a picture half the time.
No.
So we didn't even have back to school pictures.
No, we bought film when it was time for vacation. Basically, that's when we had film.
Right. And then used the last of it at Christmas and then had it developed at Easter
Right.
and be like, oh, I remember when we
Yes.
did that last year.
Yes. I love it. I still love finding boxes of like film, like, you know, boxes of pictures that were from film, you know?
Right.
Oh my God.
Yes, I have all of ours. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, but we digress.
Yes, I know. We're reminiscing now, but let's go to your turn.
It's your turn. Let's hear what you have to say.
Yeah, let's hear from everybody else.
Yes. So I'm going to pose the your turn question, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. Here's the question. We want your participation so you can answer us on any of our social media or on our platform. Don't forget, newroadsnewrules.com. If you could add one life class to the school curriculum, what would it be? So, yeah, so we talked about a couple ideas here today. Let us know what you think would be essential. You know, if you could make it required for all of your kids or all of the kids these days in school, what would it be? What do you think, Terry?
I think that's great. We have some great ideas ourselves, but I want to hear some great ideas from our audience because that would be great.
Yeah.
On newroadsnewrules.com.
Yeah, visit the Roadie Lounge.
And now it's time for the rule of the week.
All right. Well, I get to do the rule of the week.
Yes, you do.
And the rule is it's never too late for a fresh start. Just like kids start the year with sharpened pencils, clean notebooks, adults can choose to restart their routines, goals, and habits at any time. So you don't have to wait for, New Year's or New Year's Eve or any of that crap.
No.
You could do it back to school time and set some new goals for yourself and get a new planner, get a new calendar. They have the calendars that start in September.
Yes.
And go September to September. Start a new habit and a positive one, whether it's adding something, saying a new what do you call those that you say over and over to affirmations, yes, to yourself, and or breaking a habit. Stop biting your nails. Stop, I can never stop swearing, so I'm just not going to try that. But something along those lines. But set some new habits for yourself.
Set some new habits, or actually, you could even do a vision board. Even if you're not going back to school, do a vision board. Like you're starting. This is September. What does your vision look like for the next year?
All right. Well, thank you, everybody, and remember, every road leads somewhere new.
And the best part, we get to make the rules.
See you next time on New Roads, New Rules.
But you're my bestie for life.